Okay, so hello and welcome to today's session. Now, in today's session, we are going to cover our past paper question of September-December 2022. That's called PURDY Company. So I'm reading this scenario from the practice platform. Please follow it. The question states, PURDY Company uses 5 million liters of chemical X per year in its plastic manufacturing business. So the important thing is company is using 5 million liters of chemical X. Okay, this is the usage. Okay. Chemical X costs per the company 2.5 per liter to store. Store means holding cost. Each order requires quality check that costs per 400 per order. So this is quality cost 400 per order, same as ordering cost 400 per order. Per the company currently purchases Chemical X from a supplier at a cost of 3 per liter. So cost is 3 per liter. It uses EOQ model to determine order size and carried a safety inventory of 5 days usage to protect against variations in lead time demand. So 5 days usage is basically the safety stock, and EOQ model is being used. PURDY has recently been approached by a company offering to supply Chemical X at a cost of 2.25 per. Okay, so currently company was purchasing material at a cost of 3 per liter, but has been approached by a supplier to offer Chemical X at 2.25 per liter if it will order in quantities of 1 million liters. So currently it uses the EOQ model, gets it at 3. One supplier is approached to provide at a cost of 2.25 per liter if order is in 1 million liters. New supplier's credit terms are same as current supplier. PURDY estimates its storage cost per liter and its quality check cost per order will be unchanged if it accepts this offer, and it will have sufficient storage space to cope with large orders. However, it will need to increase its safety inventory to 15 days usage if it accepts the new supplier's offer. So there is some mix-up here that a new supplier has approached at 2.25 per liter, but the order size has to be 1 million liters, and storage cost, holding cost, ordering cost will remain same, but safety inventory will be increased from 5 days to 15 days. PURDY is under pressure from its bank to reduce its overdraft, and its finance director is interested in the effect of new suppliers' offer on Chemical X costs, working capital investment, and cash operating cycle. Okay, so it's under pressure from bank to reduce overdraft. FD, finance director, is interested in the effect of new suppliers' offer on Chemical X costs, working capital, and cash operating cycle. PURDY operates 365 days a year. Now, requirement A is in relation to PURDY's change of supplier. So this is the change of supplier case. Calculate the annual costs relating to Chemical X for both current and potential suppliers. So you need to find total annual cost. Remember, total annual cost of stock is made up of 3 things, right? Purchase cost, ordering cost, holding cost. So you need to find total cost for current and potential suppliers. Okay. Okay, now, so I need to find total annual cost for current and potential suppliers. Okay, so let's start with current. Now, currently, companies following the EOQ model, right? It's clearly mentioned in the question that currently companies using EOQ model, right? So currently company uses EOQ model. So let's find EOQ, okay, for the company. EOQ is under root 2 constant. C naught is the ordering cost per order, that's 400. And D is the annual demand. Annual demand is uh, 5 million, I think. Yeah. Okay. Divided by CH. CH, it's 2.5. 2.5. Okay. And you need to take root of that. So B3, take in root of that, square root, or you can just put it on the calculator. Current EOQ is 40,000, right? So you need to find total annual cost of stock on 40,000. That's the current, because currently company uses EOQ, and potential supplier is asking us, I will give you a 2.25 if 1 million liters. Okay. So 40,000 is the current order size, and 1 million is the new size. So total annual cost of stock of current and potential suppliers. So the total annual cost of stock of current and potential will be TPC, TOC, and THC. Okay. So TPC is purchase price per unit to annual demand. Currently, purchase price per unit is 3. Into annual demand is 5 million. Okay. Total ordering cost C naught into number of orders. So C naught is 400. Number of orders is annual demand over EOQ. So annual demand is 5 million. The usage annual demand is the same thing. EOQ is 40,000. Okay. And THC, it's CH into average stock. Average stock is safety or buffer stock plus half EOQ. Okay. So if you try to find out the safety stock, current. So current safety stock is basically 5 days usage. So usage is 5,000, 5 million, sorry, divided by 365 into 5. Okay. See, 5 days usage. So usage 5 million divided by 365 per day usage into 5. Okay. And safety stock new, it's basically 15 days usage if it accepts the new supplier order. Okay. So 5 million divided by 365 into 15. Okay. So this is the current and new safety stock. I need it for holding cost. That's why I computed it here. Sorry, it got back. Safety stock new 5,000 divided by 365 into 15. Okay. So THC is CH. CH is, I think, holding cost, storage cost. 2.5 into average stock. And average stock is half EOQ plus safety stock. Okay. So what we can do is that we can get here the current average stock. Okay, so current average stock is safety or buffer stock, that is in H1 plus half EOQ. So half EOQ is 1/2 EOQ currently is 40,000, right? Okay. And new average stock, safety or buffer stock, that is H2 plus half EOQ. So half EOQ is then 1 million. So you can get THC as a safe CH 2.5 into average stock, that is in H3. So you get the total annual cost of stock by adding them all. D6 to D8. Okay. Next one, total purchase cost. Here the purchase price per unit is 2.25 into annual demand is 5 million. Total ordering cost is C naught 400 into number of orders, that's annual demand over EOQs of 5 million divided by 1 million. And total holding cost is CH 2.5 into average stock is half EOQ plus safety stock that's already calculated H4. .5 H4, and then you drag it, same sum. So this is the first part of the question where the annual cost of current and potential supplier has been calculated. You can please note this, and if you have any queries, you can ask me, and then I will move towards the next parts. Okay, please copy this quickly. नहीं बेटा, फिर ये आपके लिए नहीं है रेलेवेंट कोर्स, क्योंकि आप सीख चुके हैं, ये बिगिनर कोर्स है। Okay, welcome back. Now let's move towards the next part of this question. Calculate the value of average investment in chemical X inventory for both current and potential supplier. It's a very easy requirement. Value of average investment for both current and new supplier. So you all know for current and new supplier, the average inventory is H3 for current and H4 for new supplier. This is the average inventory for current and new supplier. The question is not asking this. Question is asking calculate the value of average investment inventory for both current and new supplier. You have got the average inventory for current and new supplier. It's asking value of average investment inventory. So what is the value of this average inventory? For current supplier, this is the average inventory. What is the value of this average inventory? How much is the investment in this inventory? So this inventory currently would cost how much? 3 per liter. Okay, so the value of this investment would be 3 into this average inventory units. Okay, and this is the average inventory for new supplier. What is the value of this investment? How much I have to invest? I have to invest this at 2.25 per unit because new supplier will give at 2.25 into this average inventory units. This is the answer. Okay, so you have got this 2 marks requirement. Value of investment in this new inventory. One is 265,479 and one is 158,732. Okay, you can copy this as well. This was a very easy requirement. People said, why didn't you multiply it by CH? I'm not calculating the holding cost, THC. If it asks for THC, the holding cost, then I multiply this average inventory units by the CH. It asking what is the value of this inventory. So obviously this average inventory I have to keep for current. I will buy it at 3. So value of investment, I have to invest at 3. And this one I have to buy at 2.25. So value of investment is 1587. Had it asked for the THC, then I multiply this by the CH. Had it asked THC, but if it asks the value of average investment, just multiply it with the current purchase price. And finally, 1 mark requirement, recommend whether PURDY should change its supplier. Okay, so as you can see, if we change the supplier, you get a cost saving. Okay, since new supplier will result in fall in total annual cost from 1527 1232.9 to 1301 5698.63. The new supplier should be opted, but one thing must be considered is that this will increase storage as well as working capital because you need to keep more inventory now. So this will increase storage. So new inventory, more inventory means more working capital. So it needs to be carefully decided. Okay. On monetary grounds, financial grounds, this offer seems acceptable because it is resulting in saving, but this will increase in more holding costs, more working capital levels. So this needs to be carefully considered. Okay. You can copy this. Okay, now after doing part A, it is a 5 marks requirement of part B, discuss the conflict that exists between liquidity and profitability in working capital management. Okay. So this has been taught in the classes, discuss the conflict that exists between working capital, liquidity, and profitability. So writing the answer. There are two objectives of working capital. Number one, profitability, which means organization is earning something for its shareholders. Number two, liquidity, which means ensuring organization has sufficient cash to pay off its liabilities as they fall due. Okay. But it didn't ask you the definition of profitability and liquidity. It just asked conflict that exists between profitability and liquidity. So I first thought there are two objectives of working capital, profitability and liquidity. Profitability means you are earning something for shareholders. Liquidity, you have sufficient cash to pay off liabilities. Okay. However, there is a conflict between both objectives, as when organization focuses on profitability, it is likely to compromise liquidity, and if it focuses on liquidity, it is likely to compromise profitability. For example, if we keep high inventory levels, profit will come by selling it. But this is likely to block our cash, hence damaging liquidity. Okay. Similarly, if we press customers for early payment, liquidity will be generated, but customers may not buy from us in future, thereby damaging profitability. Now, this is actually my complete lecture on working capital. I have told each and everything which I have written in the class, that there are two objectives of working capital: profitability, liquidity. There is a conflict. When we go for profitability, liquidity goes. If you go on liquidity, profitability goes. Like high inventory, we'll earn profit, but cash is blocked, so liquidity goes. We press customers for early payment, we get liquidity, but customers may mind that they take payment early, let's not buy from us, we damage profitability. I told you about cash as well. If we keep high cash levels, we get liquidity, but this cash is not invested, we're losing profitability. We invest cash, we get profitability, but then cash is gone, we lose liquidity. Okay, so it is important to keep a balance between profitability and liquidity. Okay, you can copy this. Had it been of 6-7 marks, I would have written that cash example as well, but at the moment it's not needed.
Okay, let's move forward towards the last requirement. Another very common requirement from working capital: explain the cash operating cycle and its relationship with the level of investment in working capital. Okay, so cash operating cycle relationship and relationship between cash operating cycle and level of investment in working capital. Okay, this has also been answered in the notes as previously come. So I'm not just writing it at the moment, just explaining you what is a cash operating cycle. Okay, difference between suppliers being paid and money being received from customers. Okay, so this is cash operating cycle, difference between suppliers being paid and money being received from customers. Say inventory days, add receivable days, less payable days. You get cash operating cycle, and this tells basically for how many days you are likely to face shortage of cash, right? Okay. And level of investment in working capital. So how do you find level of investment in working capital? Current assets, that is inventory plus receivables plus cash minus current liabilities, that is payables. Okay, you have done both of the things in the class. You have found the working capital as well in the classes, current assets minus current liabilities. In current assets, I used to take inventory, receivables, cash, current liabilities, payables, and cash operating cycle is inventory days, add payable days, less receivable days. Sorry, inventory days, add receivable days, less payable days. Now, to answer this question, the good strategy is that explain cash operating cycle. So cash operating cycle is the difference between suppliers being paid, money being received from customers. It is calculated as inventory days, add receivable days, less payable days, you get cash operating cycle. Now, this is this one mark, explain cash operating cycle. Its relationship with level of investment in working capital. So level of investment in working capital is found as so your requirement was what was cash operating cycle? Explain what is cash operating cycle. Okay. Its relationship with level of investment in working capital. So I've told them what a level of investment in working capital is. It's working capital, current assets, less current liabilities. Now, relationship. There is a directly proportional relationship between cash operating cycle and level of investment in working capital. Okay, this is the relationship, but just elaborate it to get marks. For example, if high level of inventory is kept, working capital levels will be high. Obviously, if inventory is more, this inventory figure is more. So current assets will be more, working capital will be more, working capital will be high. And it will take time to sell inventory. More inventory means more time to sell inventory, which will increase inventory days, hence leading to increased cash operating cycle. Similarly, if customers pay late, receivable days will be high, leading to high cash operating cycle, and more receivable days will mean receivables balance is also high, leading to higher working capital. Or you can understand it this way, if receivables balance is high, working capital will be high. But more receivable balance means it will take more days to recover. So receivable days will also be high, and this will lead to higher cash operating cycle. Okay. So you told what a cash operating cycle is, what a working capital is, and the relationship is directly proportional. That's it for this question. You can copy, and then we will meet in the next session. Take care.